All right, I'll get you rolling here, Randy. I'm going to show you just how to build this real quick. I need to go back through and rebuild our whole intake form, this health history intake form. I'm going to change a couple of these things. So as you can see right here, this is all a custom field. There's different ways to build custom fields where you can have multiple answers that you can select, which helps obviously because that's just one custom field. So is this, multiple custom fields down through here. Now when you get down through here, medical questions, yes, no answers, these are really easy to kick them over to obviously tags. You can tag these out. I would have to rebuild these in individual categories where you'd have to say yes or no towards the, so say if a person has, in their family history they had a heart attack, so I would say, has this person had a heart attack, it would have to be yes or no, and then I could build that with a tag system and not use an internal form, so it makes it a little bit simpler. So that gives you an idea. So what I've done here, I'm going to jump down, number 14 is not, it's going to be a tag or a way to build this for using tags, excuse me. So I'll show you how to build this. Basically, you go to the field snippets, and this is all on a web form. So the field snippets, you go up here. You can choose. It can be either a checkbox and or a radio button. I chose a radio button. A little bit easier to use. It looks pretty clean. So I put the, obviously the name of the label. It's 14, and this is repeating. Do you crave sugary foods? Question mark. Yes or no. And then we would have to apply a tag to this. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to jump back in and show you. I'll build a tag real quick for both of these. So I'll go ahead and cancel that out. It'll sit here, and I'm going to go back to our campaign real quick. Maybe depends on how fast this is running. And I'm going to jump over to the CMR settings, and this is where the tags are located, where you can build tags. You just click on tags, and tags. Obviously, you want to be really specific in the tags, and with that tag. So what I did is set up. That is actually 20 dot is sales, is our sales system, our sales component, and that's part of the health history. So I label it 20 dot sales health history form. And then I put a slash, obviously, do you crave sugary foods? Slash yes. Same thing, sales, health history. So what the sales does, the 20 dot sales, I have labeled everything in our Infusionsoft campaigns. So we have 10 dot is marketing, 20 dot is sales, 30 dot is fulfillment. So it really makes it a lot simpler for me to find campaigns inside our Infusionsoft app. Tag process is similar, so it's easy to find those tags and identify those tags. So what we'll do here is we'll build a new tag, and we'll use, here's going to be the name of the tag, 20 dot. So I'm just going to copy this over, make it pretty simple. And then make sure the category is under, so I categorized all of our tags. Obviously we have some Zen Planner tags in there I need to line out, but I categorized our tags in either status, history, profile. To-dos is if you had to do something. So it's a little bit different. So if we want to make one of our, or have one of our Fit Pros follow up with somebody, that's a to-do tag. And then a system tag, really a system tag is what system are they in. Obviously the status tag is, are they active client or not active client, whatever status they may be. And a history is just figuring out where that individual came from a marketing standpoint. So did they opt into the free report? The stat or the history tag always stays on them. Some of these other tags will move on and off. Like a system tag may move on and off. To-do tag may move on and off. So probably the profile, history, and status tag are the three tags that will, or I should say history and profile are probably the two tags that will always stay on. Status may change, but you're always going to have a status tag, but that tag may change back and forth. The history and profile probably shouldn't change as far as, unless the profile does. So we're going to use a profile category for the health history tag, and you can be more descriptive. You can say, the health history, whatever you want to put in there to help identify that tag. So I'm going to add this tag. So it can't, obviously popped up here, boom's right there. I'm gonna obviously make one more, add another tag. I'm gonna copy and paste over, make it simple here. And then obviously, again, we're going to the profile 0, so 0, 3, so 3-point profile is how that's rolling out. And add the tag. So I'm going to jump back over in our campaign. So right now, our health history is sitting in our marketing campaign. I'm in the process of cleaning these things up, and I made a copy of it. And pretty soon, the health history is going to be in the cells, so 20.cells, and it's not going to be. It'll be external website, but it'll be more of the. I'll probably take an external website off that. It will be aligned with the consultation process. So I'm just relabeling and cleaning up some of our campaigns, because when you jump inside this campaign's way too big. It has too many moving components. So I'm pulling some of the simple things out, like the health history needs to be pulled out and put in a different campaign. It makes more sense too when you're navigating, need to fix things. So we jump inside this campaign. It's a pretty big campaign. Obviously, prospect update form. This is what we use, internal form when we have a prospect and we already pre-qualified them, and we're going to use, obviously, or get them in for a consult. So all this information will be filled out. The callback. So we'd be using this consultation pre-qualification check. If the consultation is scheduled in time. And then obviously it'll trigger off information. So that's the prospect update form. This is when we have all the voicemails, and if they're not a good fit, if we could pre-qualify them, or if we pre-qualified them and they're not a good fit, we get them on the nurture list. This is a consultation data form. When you pull this one up, it's pretty similar. Obviously, this is when somebody has gone through the consult process and has signed up as an active client. So that way we can they're either going to sign up or will not, or maybe a follow-up. And this is where we assign them accountability coaches and the first assessment, all that fun stuff is here. Let me jump back to the other one, because that's where the health history is connected to, or at least triggered off. I'll slow down here. So down here, obviously, we've called the individual, we've got a hold of them, we pre-qualified them, and they're going to be a good fit, at least to get them in, as we think, for the consultation. So you check this box only if scheduling a consultation. So once you check this box, set the date and obviously the time, it will trigger off the campaign. It will trigger off this one down here, consult scheduled. And this is where our health history is. So it'll kick out the email that I forwarded over to you. And it's linked to our it's linked to our health history where that's at. Hyperlink it over to this email. So they go through this, and it's a reminder. Boom, to shoot them out day before reminder, morning of email to staff about the consultation. We try to communicate to everybody. And then the cool thing with this is obviously they get tagged. So qualified schedule needs to buy, consult scheduled, and from here, obviously they're in this campaign, and we're waiting for them to fill out the health history. So this is the health history form, web form, the live one. I'm running slow here. So obviously you build the form here, and then you'll have to take the code and throw it over into the email to make sure that when you shoot that email out and they click the hyperlink, it pulls this page up in a web browser. So it's a web form. So now what we put here is, if this is a reminder for health history from this campaign over here, and if that individual does not fill the health history out, so we have a goal where if they fill the health history out here, it'll kick them and stop the campaign. If they don't fill it out, it will continue to bother them, and then it will let us know, or it'll let them know, hey, you didn't fill out the health history. They'll get one more email here. And obviously, if they don't fill that out, a lot of times they won't show up for the consult. So it gives us another level. And obviously, if the person fills it out, we feel pretty confident that they're going to come in and show up for the consult. So let me jump back over and show you how to put the tags on. So again, I built this number 14 with field snippets, and I used just the radio button, pulled it down. So it looks like this. Obviously, you got to fill out what you want it and how you want it to look. And then when we add tags to it, we'll pop this, and then we'll add. So do you crave sugary foods? Yes, we'll add that as obviously the tag to yes. Done. This one. Do you crave sugary foods? No. Obviously, with the no, pretty simple from that standpoint. But if you look back at these tags, it's a profile tag. What that means is their profile, so something to do with them, and that's how you want to label it out. That's how we do it. So it makes it a lot easier to go back and look, what the client filled out. Obviously, when you use tags, it's going to be a little bit more challenging to go find that data because when you have internal forms or custom fields, I should say, it pulls right up on their dashboard, or not on their dashboard, but their internal record up at the top, and it's a lot easier to look at. So you may have to go through and look at tags on that individual. So it makes it one more step, but no worries. I mean, obviously custom fields are very important, and this is just one way to minimize the amount of custom fields you use. So we'd say this. And it's ready to go. So you can tell the difference here that this is a radio button just based upon how big and how the font and things look a little bit different because these are actual custom fields. Let me open one of these up. So see, this is actually a custom field, and we don't really need to be smoking that many custom fields with this information. We can really get this from a tag. I know it makes it one more step, but in the long run, it's going to be better for us. So I hope that helped explain. Hopefully, I didn't confuse you. If you're more confused, just reach out and we can walk you through it. So hopefully that helps, and I'll keep this video over.